Hello and welcome to Brand Talks, and we're in conversation today with Swati Goel Sharma, who's the co-founder of Gems of Bollywood. Thanks, Swati. It's a pleasure to have
Thanks,
you with
Sonia.
us.
My pleasure is all mine.
So, talk to us about the movement.
Gems of Bollywood.
Yes.
Sure. Thank you for giving me a chance to talk about it in Mumbai, which is the place where Bollywood
Yes.
resides. Gems of Bollywood is essentially a Twitter account which
Sure.
has about 4 lakh followers.
Super.
And it started with 2 people. One
Okay.
is me and one is Mr. Sanjeev Newar.
Okay.
And he's an alumnus of IT and IAM.
Okay.
So quite an educated guy. And we started it because we thought that the way people watch movies is really not right. They are not really understanding the kind of stereotypes and narratives being propagated by the film industry. I'll give you an example. A very common one, common in the sense, like a lot of people know about that movie, but they still do not realize the propaganda behind it. There was a film called Viva, released in, I think, 1975. Amitabh Bachchan is the main lead, and he was at the peak of his career then. So there is a scene there in which he refuses to enter a Hindu temple from his own religion. But in the same movie, when somebody gives him a Billa number 786, he readily accepts it. He treats it as some secular thing, and then he keeps it with himself. And throughout the movie, it is that Billa number 786 that constantly saves his life. And once, because when he loses it, he actually gets hit by a bullet. So that's like a narrative which was so blatantly shown in that movie, and a lot of people, including my own family, did not understand it then.
Right.
So when we, in Gems of Bollywood, what we started doing in 2020 was that we started taking out these clips from various films, starting from 15s to 16s to even as recent as a film released like last year. And then we showed the audience that see, this is what is being told to you. A very simple example would be, like there was a film called, let's say, Lakshmi. Lakshmi was earlier titled Lakshmi Bomb. But then after outrage, like why are you adding a bomb with Lakshmi, with the name of, Ma Lakshmi, then it was changed to Lakshmi. It was a movie starring Akshay Kumar. So in that film, there is an entire scene in which Akshay Kumar is named Arif Khan. If I'm not forgetting the name, if I'm getting the name right, and he's married to a Hindu woman. So there is a scene where the child is asking, "Oh, why, like he's asking the woman, oh, why are your parents still against your marriage?" And then the woman says, I am Hindu and he is Muslim, and they are so narrow-minded, which is why they are not able to accept our marriage. So these kind of let's say, like communally charged narratives are also being propagated through films, and we do not even get to know about it because we do not watch. When we watch the films, we tend to watch it casually.
Exactly.
Like we take in all the narratives that are being sold to us, but very subconsciously. They kind of
Subtle message.
Yes, very subtle messages. They kind of enter your subconsciousness, and you do not even realize that you were just served a political or a religious propaganda. So in this whole thing, there was like an additional area in which we worked was the stereotyping against women. Basically, how films propagate violence against women and sexualization of women and objectification of young girls. I'll give an example. For a long time, so you must also have heard about it. There will be a song called "Dheere Dheere Chalna, Itna Mat Matalna, 16 saal hai, kya chaal hai." So basically telling a 16-year-old minor school-going girl that you are now an object to desire. You're not just a school student who's perhaps looking at a career or a future life. No, you are an object of lust. Isn't that
exactly?
Then there was a school, there is no genre of music in which a girl is constantly told she's Kamsan Kali. And she's so beautiful, and she's like an object of lust, while admitting that she's Kamsan Kali. What is Kamsan? That's adolescence. What is Kali? Someone who has not really grown up, right? So you're basically telling an underage girl that you are also an object of lust. All these things were blatantly shown in films, and those kind of songs, many of us call those songs our favorite films.
Yes.
Isn't that?
Yes. And we glorify the whole thing, and we're in the era of
They are played
item.
in our
Yes.
music. They are played in our weddings. They are played in our festivals. They are played in restaurants. They are played everywhere we go. And then all those people who were part of this production, they are hailed as superstars.
Right.
They are hailed as society icons.
Right.
They are also given civilian awards by the
Yes,
government.
exactly.
So imagine the kind of, and at the same time, the government is formulating new guidelines to prevent rape. You see the mismatch.
Right, exactly.
At one point of time, you are just treating all of this as entertainment.
Putting them on a pedestal.
Exactly. And then on the other hand, the government is struggling to prevent molestation. Sometimes they start anti-Romeo squad. Sometimes they bring about some other regulation. Ki, okay, outside schools for this particular distance there would be no shops of alcohol. There would be no shops of this or that. Right. So they are basically really struggling to prevent sexualization of schoolgirls.
Right.
But at the same time, all this is blatantly going on.
Yes.
So this was our research. We did it. We have done. We've been doing it for 3 years now, and I'm proud to say that this movement has become very popular. We have about 4 lakh followers on Twitter alone. I'm not even counting the followers on Instagram or those who consume our content on WhatsApp or those who just kind of hear it from somebody else.
Right.
But then I can tell you, Sonia, that a lot of people are being awakened because of all this. They're now, when they watch movies, they see gems.
Right.
You see,
Right.
when
Absolutely.
when they watch movies or when they watch songs, they now do not just, they are not just passive viewers anymore.
Yes, they don't
They're
consume it.
actively involved and they examine what is being
Right.
said.
It's like a wake up call.
Exactly. So this is what we have achieved so far. There's a very famous magazine called Economist, published from the US.
Yes.
They named Gems of Bollywood as one of the reasons that is actually bringing the revenues of Bollywood down. They did it, I think, in 2021.
It's really commendable.
Yes, and a lot of other publications have also named Gems of Bollywood as a factor that has hit Bollywood, so to say. And I'm proud to say that yes, we did, because we went after the things we feel should not be glorified or propagated.
Right. Wonderful. We truly appreciate what you're doing.
Thank you.
So talk to us about the collaboration with Save Culture, Save Bharat Foundation.
Okay. Uday Mahurkar ji is a very well respected man. He was he just until 3 months ago he was chief information commissioner. Sorry, I tend to
Yes.
get the designation a bit
Yes.
wrong, but that's what he was, and he's a very he's a very renowned journalist with 33 years of experience with India Today magazine. When he approached us, or when we kind of got together and started discussing things, then the synergy between Gems of Bollywood and Uday Mahakarji mission was natural, because he is fighting for a future where India is not just an economic superpower, but also a culturally rich nation.
Absolutely.
He often says that we shouldn't be a cultural pauper. We should be rich in terms of, as a society, how we live, how we conduct ourselves, how our children are. No, it can't be a very sexualized society.
Of course.
It can't be a porn addict society.
Sure.
Right? So when he mentioned this, Gems of Bollywood obviously became a natural partner, because we are also in the same mission. We want to cleanse people's mind of